All right, so just went through the next section for tomorrow of Turtle Lung Woman's granddaughter. And so just last time I started out pretty analytically. I have found that it's gotten easier to read, not so much like academically, but more as a narrative. I think it flows better than I initially thought, or maybe I'm just getting used to it, but it's working pretty well, keeping me interested. So these 4 to 5 chapters really encompassed a lot about the outside life and relationships that Turtle Lung Woman experienced. Firstly, starting off, it talked a lot about animals and her connection to them. Some animals were really considered sacred, and the everything in indigenous culture basically had like a spirit, and it would talk about how the spirits of the earth would leave, and then if there were good spirits they'd come back and help her. A lot of her turtles were always good spirits. It was said that the spirit of the earth was good to her as a medicine woman. She even claimed to have gotten the turtles and certain animals to do her bidding, which I thought was very interesting. um, but basically the attachment to animals here is really huge, and I felt like it was a very key component of these chapters. Birds were especially considered sacred. There's a story of her accidentally killing her own bird, and she like wept for days for it, so which is just crazy to think about. And dogs were also very sacred, and horses were called big, like large dogs or something, which were also pretty sacred. um, there was also some legendary mythology in it, some stories of creation, like the legend of the 4 brothers that would govern the seasons: spring, summer, winter, fall. That was very interesting to look at. There's also an element of religions, or not religions, relationships, and how Turtle Lung Woman like marriage was pretty short lived. Her husband moved on from her pretty fast. She left him. She raised her 2 boys, but she raised them very well, according to the text. Her former husband, had many offspring, and that's what he take pride in. The book noted that a lot of individuals would take pride in the horses they have, the wealth they have, the many scalps, the many confirmed kills, the war experience, but he took pride in what he could produce. So that was interesting to see, and it highlighted a lot of Turtle Lung Woman as a mother. It noted a lot how she observed her mother and her grandmother to better parent her own children. So that kind of reflects the system of the matriarchy pretty well and correctly. And yeah, it was just very interesting to see. I guess if I could question anything or expand on anything, I would dive deeper into the marital aspect and having children and stuff, and like the aspect of polygamy, and why would an individual want to fall in love if they know they're probably just gonna like move on in a few years. Like that just doesn't seem like feasible. But yeah, anyways, that was the next section, and we'll see you later.